How are you tonight, Lisa?
I'm good. It's morning here in Spain.
I was just going to say it's probably not night where you are.
It's all right.
You, of course, are the lead singer of the Bellrays, and it seems you only just got home from Australia and you're heading back.
I know. That's the life, isn't it, though?
Jet setting all over the world.
The Cherry Rock Fest is the whole reason we're coming back, because when we were there the last time, James came down and saw us at the Corner Hotel and then had us go down to his bar to just kind of hang out and then had us play and then, just kind of an impromptu thing there. And then he just said, you guys have to come back and do the Cherry Rock Fest. That's the reason we're coming back.
Well, you're going to be starting off in Sydney. You're doing a special DJ set, spinning some of your favourite tunes.
I know. That's going to be fun.
Bit of a house party.
I know.
Do you do much of that?
I don't. I used to, a while back, before we started touring so much, I used to try to do that. In fact, I had a radio show that I would do. It was called Music for the Next Millennium, and it was everything from jazz to punk rock and anything that fell in between that I happened to be into at the moment. So it was an eclectic mix. But this thing, I think I'm going to be focusing on people on the dance floor.
Yeah. And so now you're basically just spending this year touring the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a DIY band and that's how you make your living, that is just what you do. So that's what we're doing.
And the Bellrays actually have a motto of punk is the preacher and blues is the teacher.
Yeah.
Have you had that motto like pretty much the whole band existence, or is that something you've...
No, it was an organic thing. It kind of grew into that. It wasn't, it's not like we started the band and said, this is what we're going to do. It was, we started playing music and you kind of see how things are going. And at least if you want to do it organically the way that we did, we wanted it to be something that was natural and second nature to us, not so much let's create this thing with, rock and soul singer kind of thing. It was just, what is it that we feel, where are these songs coming from? And eventually that became the model that best fit what was going on with us.
Yeah.
Sonically.
I'm not asking you a lot about the history of the Bellrays because I did actually...
I appreciate that.
I spoke to you a couple of months ago when you were here, and I've got that up on YouTube if people want to go and find out the history of the Bellrays. They can go and look that up. You've got 3 shows while you're here this time. Are you going to have a holiday at all?
I'm hoping that any day I'm not on, or any moment I'm not on stage, I'm just soaking in what being in Australia has to offer, which is usually really nice sun, just beautiful surroundings. So yeah, we're gonna make the most out of it.
Yeah. And what about then next year? Are you planning a new release or another trip over here next year?
We are as soon as we get back from doing the shows in Australia, we are putting the nose to the ground, and we're just gonna get this record done. We've had tracks already pretty much recorded since about October of last year, and we had this other project fall into our laps that we pretty much had to take over producing and doing everything for it, and now that's out, and we're actually, that's why we're in Spain right now, is we're supporting this Lisa and the Lips group that we're doing over here. And so once we're done with this and then doing the shows in November, then we can concentrate on just getting that record finished. So I'm pretty sure right at the beginning of 2014, you'll start hearing stuff about the new record.
I was going to ask what Lisa and the Lips was. I saw it on your Facebook. Is that is that a bit more of dance type music, or is it pretty similar type music? Or?
It's more funk, soul. It's really fun. That's the best way to put it. We just started doing these dates, and it was a collaborative effort. So it was me and Bob, and then a guy named Pablo Perez, and another guy named Honk from a group called the Diamond Dogs in Sweden. And we just all came together, and back in June of 2012, to do some weird festival where we just kind of play covers. And then after that, Red Bull Studios in Madrid saw it and said, hey, we'd love to hear if you guys have an album in you or not, which that doesn't happen much. And so we just said, okay, well, we have some time free in December. So we went down last year in December, and they gave us a couple weeks to record, and that's pretty much how the band was born. It wasn't like we had this preconceived notion of what to do. We just kind of took this time, and then this really cool record came out of it that we've just started supporting. So it still remains to be seen, but it's definitely a party. It's definitely a party band.
Well, then can we tell people in Sydney that they might be lucky enough to hear one of the tracks at your DJ set?
Oh, they definitely will hear one.
Cool.
One or two, maybe.
Definitely then get down to the Midnight Special in Newtown on the 20th of November and check out Lisa's
I like
spinning.
the way you think, Kat. I like the way you think.
Well, I'd like to be a fly on the wall and hear that one. But I'm sure I'll get to hear your music when you do release it over here.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Just finding ways to release stuff is getting harder and harder, so when you're DIY at least. But, it's one of those things where we put it out there, so if you can find it, you will enjoy it.
Well, the time you've been in the music industry, things have certainly changed a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Do you find the advantages or the disadvantages?
It's a mixed bag, of good versus really cool things that are going on and things that make it harder and all of these other things. But I think the most important thing for most people to remember is just that there's good music out there. And it used to be that people always went looking for it. You'd automatically think to go looking for something that's really good for you. But we're getting lazier as people go on, and I think that's why you've had so many. Once a lot of the bigger records labels started just kind of saying, okay, well, we need even a bigger pie to do this stuff with, and narrow down our roster even more so to just 3 mega people instead of 10 mega people. It's hurt music in general because there's so much shit out there that's just being thrown on people constantly that people tune out more than anything else. And they're just like, well, that's all that's out there. I mean, that's the way of thinking now, that a lot of people didn't think that way 10, 15 years ago. And it's getting worse. So unless people start realizing and teaching younger people that, hey, there's always good music out there, you just have to look for it. And that's part of the fun. As long as that keeps going and we have more people kind of saying that that's the way to do it, hopefully things will turn around, but I'm not holding my breath.
Well, you might really enjoy doing the DJ sets, but then in a way that is a good way of introducing people to you to go and check you out, your band and that, and open their eyes a bit.
It is. I mean, it's a double-edged sword, the whole idea. I love the idea of DJing and everything, but we've played some festivals over here in Europe when Black Lightning first came out, and we did this really big one in France called Vieille Charrue, and it was great, just this huge audience out there, 100,000 people or something like that. But the people really come out when somebody like David Guetta is coming out here to play records.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, where's the disconnect here?
Definitely, yeah.
What is going on? What is going on where it's not about people actually creating music? It's about somebody playing music and making it seem like he's creating a mood, which is more important than actually the people of the records that he's playing. So it's just an evolution that is very interesting to watch and to see how it unfolds is going to be interesting.
Yeah, well, I'm an old-fashioned girl. I like to go and look for new music. So hopefully we can. Me too. Yeah, hopefully we can educate a few more people towards doing that.
Just tell 3 or 4. That's all you got to do. Just 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. Do you have a favourite Australian band?
I have one that I'm listening to right now because we just played a couple of shows with them, and they got some really cool songs. They're called Money for Rope.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, they got a couple of tunes that are really, really catchy, and I like kind of what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. And, of course, the Bellrays will be performing, as you said, at the Cherry Rock Festival on Sunday the 24th of November, and that's your only gig in Victoria this visit?
Yes, it is.
And, of course, you've got the Annandale on the 22nd in Sydney.
Yes,
and
people, come on, Sydney. I know that's one of those, it's like an LA town or something where people are, wow me, make me come out to a show. Like, I can't even really start to begin to tell these people how much they need to come to that show for their own good. I'm going to be there. I'm getting flown out there to do it. So
yeah, so it must be good.
So it must be good.
You're coming further than anyone else possibly can. Exactly. So if you can make the effort,
if I can make the effort, the least they could do is show up.
Yeah. But it has been great talking to you again, and people can find the Bellrays on facebook.com/Bellrays.
Correct.
And they can keep up to date with what you're up to on your shows and whether or not you are being Lisa in the lips.
Absolutely. They can find out everything right there.
Yeah. And definitely try and get down to either the Cherry Fest in Melbourne or the Annandale Hotel in Sydney or the DJ set in Sydney or Fremantle at Fly By Night.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We're going to have a good time.
You do have a website, thebellrays.com.
Yeah, we still have one of those.
Thank you very much. It's been great talking to you again.
Thank you. Good talking to you too, Kat.
And we'll catch up.
I hope so.
I will try if I can get...
It's our last night in town, so we'll definitely be able to cut loose.
I was going to say cutting loose. I'll try and fight through the crowds to say hello to you.
Awesome. It'll be great to meet you, Kat.
Okay, take care.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.